All right. For the next few minutes, I want you to forget who you are. Instead, you're an apex predator, a green anaconda. This is your story, told from your perspective, right from the very moment you first slide into the water. So, your first moments in this world, they're not about discovery or wonder. Nope, they're all about survival. The world is nothing but danger, and to everything else out here, you are food. You slip into the warm shallows of a South American river, along with 20-something brothers and sisters. There's no greeting party. The water is already teeming with things that want to eat you. And the only instinct you have, the only thing screaming in your mind, is to hide. Now. And then you see it. Your first real enemy. A young caiman, its eyes just breaking the surface, scanning for an easy meal. Even as a juvenile, it looks enormous, easily twice your size. This is the first great threat in a life that's going to be packed with them. You do the only thing you possibly can. You freeze. You just press yourself flat against the riverbed, hoping to disappear. But one of your siblings, it panics. It makes a desperate dash for it. Big mistake. The caiman lunges. There's a single sharp snap of its jaws, and just like that, your sibling is gone. And right there, you learn your first and maybe most important lesson. Stillness is life. Panic is death. You somehow manage to survive that first day. You even catch your first meal, a tiny little fish you swallow whole. But let's be crystal clear. In the grand scheme of this river, you are still just a snack waiting to happen. For now, you are the prey. But you're not gonna stay prey forever. Oh no. The next few years are gonna be a brutal, violent education. It's time to learn how to climb the food chain. It's time to learn the ways of the predator. Look, your entire education is written in scars and near misses. At just 6 months old, you managed to take down a capybara, and that's when you really learn the art of the ambush. At 2 years, you get bold, you fight for territory, and you lose. Badly. 4 years in, a massive black caiman just waltzes up and steals your kill. Every single one of these encounters teaches you a harsh but necessary lesson. So when you're 2, you think you're tough. You try to defend your prime hunting spot, but the rival female who shows up, she's older, way longer, and much, much heavier. She just overpowers you, no contest, and forces you right out of your own home. The reality is simple and brutal. You are completely outmatched. And that crushing defeat, it hammers home the single most important law of this river. Size is everything. Size wins. The biggest, strongest animal gets the best territory, the best food, and ultimately, the best shot at life. And right then, you decide, one day, you will be the biggest. And so, you grow, you hunt, you eat, and you survive year after year. And slowly, steadily, you transform. You go from being the hunted to the hunter. You become the thing that other creatures now fear in the dark water. By the time you're 12 years old, you are a true giant. You're over 7 meters long, a massive coil of muscle. You're an absolute apex predator. And you know what? Nothing dares to challenge you anymore. So you head back to that same stretch of river you were forced out of all those years ago. It's time to take back what was yours. And guess what? The old female, she's still there. She sees you coming and moves to confront you. But this time, everything is different. The roles are completely reversed. You are bigger. You are stronger. She sees it instantly, circles you once, and then she just slides back into the deep water and disappears. She retreats without even putting up a fight. The territory is yours. Your power now is absolute. You hunt the very creatures that once hunted your kind. You lie in wait, perfectly still, for young caiman to come to the water's edge. You strike, you coil, and you squeeze until you can literally feel its bones give way. Swallowing it whole takes almost an hour. You are, without a doubt, the king. You've finally made it. You've clawed your way to the absolute peak of the food chain. But here's the thing about the river. It never rests. And being the king isn't a one-time victory. It is a constant, never-ending defense of your throne. For 6 more years, you rule completely unopposed. You are invincible. But the thing that finally brings a king down, well, it's almost never what you expect. It's not some bigger, stronger rival. It's something much, much smaller.
So how does it actually happen? How does a 7-meter-long killing machine, a true master of its domain, begin to die? Well, it's not in some epic battle. It happens quietly, from the inside out.
It's a single fishbone, that's it. While you're swallowing a meal, a tiny, sharp piece scrapes your throat and gets lodged deep inside the tissue. A tiny, insignificant wound that you can't see, you can't reach, and you cannot get out. The tiny wound swells up, it gets infected. Soon, swallowing anything is difficult, then it's just agonizingly painful, so you stop eating. Your legendary strength just fades away. You try to hunt a capybara, something that should be an easy kill, but you're too weak to hold on. So your own body begins to break down, consuming its own fat and muscle just to survive. Your world literally starts to go dim as your eyes cloud over. You've survived for 18 years. You've fought, you've killed, and you have ruled. But no reign lasts forever. The river that gave you life is now waiting patiently to take you back. You drag yourself to a quiet, secluded pool. You sink to the bottom and coil your massive body around some old roots. Your breathing gets slower and slower. Each breath is a monumental effort, with a longer pause than the last, until finally, it just stops. Your reign is over. And the river immediately begins its work. Those little fish that were once your prey now come and nibble at your scales. Scavengers arrive. The current slowly pulls your flesh away, piece by piece, until only a clean skeleton is left, tangled in the roots on the riverbed. And the water just flows on, completely indifferent. Your death created a power vacuum, and nature hates a vacuum. The prime territory you fought so hard for, it's already been claimed. A new predator is rising. The river's brutal, beautiful cycle begins all over again.
Your story has come to an end. A whole life of struggle and dominance, of survival and power, is over, and it's all become just another part of the river's endless, timeless story. In the river, the struggle never ever ends.